If you are looking to save a lot of money on supplements that you normally pay a lot for, I have the solution and the answer for you. And so as the shirt says, this is the way. You want to be able to get good, high quality materials, but you don't want to lose your bank or basically lose your wallet in the process. So I have actually just got another package, nice and big. I think I ordered it on Sunday, maybe Saturday. And here it is Thursday. I got it already, all the way from Florida up to Syracuse, New York. And so the company that I am going to present here and that I highly recommend you checking out if you want to save money on, again, your high quality products. And also a little hint, you can actually earn some money by sharing these products with others because it is a membership, okay? LiveGood is an international program, an international company that was formed a few years back. They continue to go and grow and expand their boundaries. They're almost 2 years old. And depending on when you are watching this, they're actually in the process of coming out even with pet supplies. They already had a pet CBD, but they're coming out with some pet vitamins as well. They're coming out with a clean house cleaning and house materials product. They're coming out with even more in the skincare line. They do have a skincare line, but originally most of their products followed on health supplements. And so I am going to be 50 years old in less than 2 months. And I just had my annual physical the other day, and it was ironic because I had just ordered a certain product in here, and it was almost like fate because I had it before, but I stopped taking it, and it was the vitamin D. And I stopped taking vitamin D because now that the weather's getting a little bit better and I like to be outside, go for like an hour walk in the afternoon or, just do something and be active thinking that I'm going to get my vitamin D that way. Well, living in Syracuse, New York, there's not a lot of vitamin D. And so I hadn't taken it in a while. And at my physical last week, I actually did some blood work. She wanted to look at some old levels because some of my cholesterol was a little bit higher a year or 2 years ago. And interesting findings that she wanted to do basically not a base level again, but basically just see where those levels had gone at least a year later or almost a year and a half later since my last appointment. And so my cholesterol actually came down quite a few points just to about the level where it's, okay, do we start to think about it? But I had been like 20 or 30 points higher than that. So a lot of the stuff has been through changes in the diet, food that I eat and consume, and a lot of the supplements. And so one of the supplements that she said and recommended, she said that my vitamin D in my little, patient portal thing said that my vitamin D levels were too low, or she would like me to take a vitamin D supplement. And again, probably all the time I've been spending inside and or with the lack of sun in Syracuse, New York, there's the reason. So I just got the package and it was, kind of like fate that I had that here. So I am going to open this up and we're going to do a little reveal of the products that I got. One of them was basically like a wellness pack. And then I ordered some individual things as well. I ordered one of the wellness packs because additionally, I would save even more money. Now, these things are already inexpensive as it is. Now, if you think of any direct selling company or network marketing, multi-level marketing company that has products such as vitamins and minerals and protein shakes and things like that, they often cost $60 or more a bag. I have greens that I've seen that are $100 a bag. I bought vitamins before from another company that I believe might not even be in existence anymore, and they were $60 each, and they had a morning and an afternoon version or an evening version. So they were looking for me to spend $120 just on 2 vitamins. And so $120 can go a heck of a lot longer with LiveGood. Their vitamins are only $10. They're actually less than $10. You can get the Daily Essentials kit, which I believe has the vitamins, magnesium, and I believe there's one other thing that I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but you get those 3, and it may be in here, but you get 3 items for $30. It was the D3K2. Sorry, it was the vitamins, the D3K2, and the magnesium. And so I had cut back on taking some of those. And so I'm really looking forward to getting back in and trying to get myself balanced back up, especially as the weather is getting a little bit better. So We have our little checklist here. They kind of, went through everything. So I spent, just to throw things out, if I was looking at that other company, I believe, get, let's see, I got a collagen, which is usually rather expensive. I got super greens. I mentioned the greens at another company were 99 bucks. I got vitamins, which I mentioned before at another company were 60 bucks. So right there, I think if we're thinking about that right there, even if the collagen, even if we just said the collagen was $50 from another company, we got 90 and 60 and 50. I mean, that's 200 bucks right there only for 3 items. And so that could easily be you, or could have easily been you, if you went and you decided to get materials from another company. And so I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to put it close, but there is my order. We'll see how close and in focus that gets, if it's there or not. I'm kind of blocking the screen, but less than $250. It was actually $220, and then it was $21 to ship. And so obviously with shipping obviously is a cost. And if you are living overseas, maybe shipping's a little bit higher. So an advantage of buying more or buying in bulk is that it averages the cost of the shipping. So I had, if we go down, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 products. Okay, there are 13 different products in here for $220. So we're averaging, anywhere from $10 to $20 per item, where I could have been paying and have paid in the past as much as $60, $70 or more for those items. And these are all certified. They have all certificates of analysis on the website. You can go and look, and many of them are actually certified organic, or they are made with organic ingredients. So let's take a run through of my new unboxing and my new allotment. Now, I was slightly disappointed in this one because I was waiting for the new flavor to come out. And apparently they're pushed it back another couple weeks. But the cool thing is they are always pulling out new products week after week after week. So this has got a really nice light lemon flavor to it. It is a hydration stick. It's an electrolyte. The cool thing here, compared to something like the Liquid IV, which I take and I have taken as well, is Liquid IV sticks have anywhere from 10 to I believe 15 extra grams of sugar. And who needs that? I'm trying to lose some pounds, trying to look better, for the summer and just be healthier so that my pants fit me more comfortably. And so the liquid hydration sticks are awesome. And so these are the lemon ones. They're the original. They're coming out with watermelon. So I look forward to getting those. I sweat a lot. Whether it's summer or not, I can go out there and I can, especially in the summer, I can wring my shirt out. So having electrolytes is crucial. I lived overseas for a few years in the Peace Corps, and I actually ended up with heart issues because I was drinking water all the time, nonstop. I basically diluted myself. I had what's called hyponatremia. And so I was basically putting in water all the time, and I'd be going to the bathroom all the time, peeing nonstop. And my heart started to fluctuate and have these contractions erratically. They were called preatrial contractions. And so one of the things that we really figured out over the year as I was going through this experience and testing until I finally came home was that a lot of it was based on electrolytes. So electrolytes are huge for you, especially if you are sweating, if you're active, if you're working a lot. You want to make sure that you have those electrolytes. Now, just a little disclaimer. I am a high school biology and chemistry teacher certified in New York State. So I actually teach about things like this in my classes. Okay, I'm not just making it up. I actually taught about it. I was a biology major in school, chem minor. And so these are things that I've studied over the years and I teach on a daily basis. So number one was the hydration sticks. I highly recommend those if you're an athlete. They're nice, small little packs. They pour easily and dissolve easily into like a 16 ounce, 500 milliliter bottle. And like I said, they have a nice light lemon flavor and just the hint of saltiness. So you're gonna get all your electrolytes in there, are really, really good for you. So I highly recommend you get the hydration stick. So that is number one. Like I said, there's 13 here. Okay, I mentioned the collagen. Most things as well in this kit are at least 30-day supplies. Some of them are actually 60-day supplies, but you could consume them within 30 days if you want to double the dose. So some things might have, take one a day, but they have 60 pills in there. If you were to take a double dose, not going to be very harmful. And what I would highly recommend is that you check out all of Ryan and Lisa's videos inside the member area and on their YouTube channel, because they actually break down a lot of what is beneficial and maybe what you should or should not consume at the same time. And one of the problems I had before in the beginning is I was taking the magnesium and everything all in the beginning in the morning, and I realized I probably should have been taking the magnesium later in the day, like at night specifically, so they didn't kind of combine, for fighting for nutrients and fighting for absorption inside my body. So number 2 is the collagen peptides. What I will often do in the afternoon is I will mix the collagen peptides. I will mix the energy booster, which is actually right here, the E3. I'll actually mix that with the amino acids, the essential aminos. And so one of the units that we're actually talking about right now in biology class is protein. Okay, I teach a food science class in addition to teaching biology. Well, actually, I haven't taught biology in a few years, but I teach chemistry and honors chemistry, but I'm also teaching food science this year as well. And so one of the key things we talked about, we actually just brought up collagen in class the other day, but we talked about the need for essential aminos. And so let me see if we can find that one. Here we go. Has a nice, this one is a fruit punch flavor. I believe they also have a lemon flavor in the aminos as well, if you want to take that. And so one of the important things about amino acids, and you need to remember, especially with the essential aminos, is that as humans, we have the ability to create 11 types of amino acids on our own and, through natural processes. The problem is there's 20 amino acids that are important for us to develop things. Now, if you think about it, go back to high school for a minute, the building blocks of all proteins are amino acids. But protein isn't just for muscle. You see, protein is going to be important for building your antibodies. So to help you prevent sicknesses or to fight and combat sicknesses. Amino acids are going to be helpful for making hormones. So think about how your fluctuation levels with your hormones are, and also, other enzymes that are in your body that help to break things down or build things up. See, these are all important because of amino acids. Our body needs the other 9, and there's a lot of different foods that you can get through them, but depending on your diet, depending on, where you live, depending on what might be available or not be available, or maybe depending on the type of lifestyle you're living. Maybe you are a pescatarian, or maybe you're a vegetarian and you're looking for alternatives. Well, we got essential aminos here that you can try out. And so these essential aminos, if we look on the side, they are gluten-free, no sugar, non-GMO, and they are vegan. So all those labels right there are going to be nice for you. So you might want to do that if you're not going to eat something. For example, a chicken egg is one of the complete proteins because it has all of the extra 9 essential amino acids that our body can't create. So if you were to have an egg or two, you'd be getting what you needed. Or if you had a combination of nuts and berries and maybe some other grains, you'd be able to get some of that. But again, if that's not available to you, or maybe you just want an extra additional amount with an afternoon shake instead of making all of these salads and other stuff, then go with the essential aminos. So as you get older, obviously our diets change, we start to lose muscle mass. This is going to help to balance not only the muscle mass, but like I said, your enzymes, your hormones, your antibodies, the channel that allows things to go through your cells. That is called the protein channel. So there's so much more involved in protein. But like I said, as a teacher, these are things I constantly hit on. So it makes sense that I actually use the stuff that I talk about in class, in my daily life. And so I highly recommend it for you as well. All right, the next one I'll pull out, because I just mentioned this. This one gives me a nice kick at the end of the day. I usually do this after a full day of school. I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm at school by 7. I don't leave until about 3. I come home and then I start working away on a business side of things. Okay, I am running LiveGood as a business, and so all you got to do, if you haven't already, make sure you click the links below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see what else I'm involved in, how else you can save money. Okay, LiveGood is not the only place where you can save money. So I have a couple things going that I'm not going to mention in this video, but just check out my YouTube channel and you'll be able to know all of those updates. But the E3 is great because it gives me a nice boost in the afternoon. If you try it, one of the side effects you may feel because of the beta-alanine is, in me, I get it personally, I get tingly all over the face, but nothing else. I've taken some stuff in the past that were energy boosters and it was almost like taking speed where, my whole body was shaking and a little agitated. This, I don't feel it. I get a little tingly in the skin, but it makes me alert, makes me a little more energetic. As you can tell right now I'm talking, I actually had one of these probably about 2 hours ago. The cool thing is it's not something that lasts a super long time. So I can take it anywhere between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I get home. And by 10 o'clock, 10:30, I'm usually ready to crash. So obviously, because I'm going nonstop, that helps. So it helps to come home, get a nice refresher. I get a workout in. Maybe I go lift some weights. Maybe I go for, a walk at the canal or just through the neighborhood. But I'm going to stay active, and the E3 is great for that. Also has some electrolytes in it, kind of combination with the hydration amplifier. But that hydration amplifier could be something you could take after the workout. This would be something you'd want to take right before the workout. All right, the next two, I like to combine these two in the morning with my shakes. I add some, like anywhere from 30 to 40 grams of protein. And often it is with the LiveGood protein. They have a chocolate and a vanilla. I prefer the chocolate a little more. And I did not get a new one because I already have some from before. But the super greens, which I mentioned at another company, I've seen them anywhere from 60 to 99 or $100 just for super greens. And again, it's a 30-day supply. At LiveGood, they're less than 20. Okay, less than $20 for the super greens, less than $20 for the super reds. So you're gonna get, all the veggies you need. If you hate eating vegetables and hate eating salads, quickly you can put those in your shake. You're ready to go right from the morning with all the essential, vitamins and minerals that you would need with a combination of these two, okay, especially the super reds. So super reds support cardiovascular health, healthy circulation, sexual health, and promotes brain and cognitive functions. Okay, that's right there on the label there. Also on the side, again, vegan, keto-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free. Okay, those are all the labels on the side there. Like I said, if you go and look at the website, you can go to certifiedhealthproducts.com. Again, that is certifiedhealthproducts.com, and you can see all of the comparisons of all these. You can see the ingredients, you can see testimonials, and over to the side of the website, you can actually see certificates of analysis where all the testing has been done to make sure that they're legitimizing what is actually in it, but also to make sure that it's clean and healthy and there's not other junk and spores and molds and other materials that are in there. So the super greens, immune system support, energy and recovery, stress support, and digestive health. So that is all right there. On the side, again, we have vegan friendly, keto friendly, gluten free, and dairy free. So very similar with both. And you see the number 30 up there, okay? 30 servings per each of these. So this is gonna last a month. Lots of goodies here. And I'm not done yet. So I've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like I said, I got 13 items. The next one, okay, kind of a suppressant, little bit of, meal, not a meal replacement. Again, they don't really have a meal replacement yet. I believe they are coming out with one. So none of them are meant to be meal replacements, but the Lean 8, okay, it's gonna be something that's gonna help suppress the cravings for food. So it's usually meant to be taken a little bit before you consume your meal. And so this one has 180 capsules because again, I think you're taking a few in the morning and the few in the, So take 2 capsules 30 minutes before each meal. So in theory, it says 6 a day. So I guess you can do them either or depending on how much you eat. Maybe you don't eat 3 meals a day. So 6 obviously times 30, 180 in there. They are going to help suppress some of the cravings that are in your mind, because what often happens is there's like a delayed trigger. Your stomach and intestines start to expand a little bit, but the delay of that message to your brain is a little bit slower. So usually it's expanded too much, and then that message finally gets there and says, oh wait, I'm full. Maybe I shouldn't have ate that extra piece of pizza or those 2 extra wings, and then you're feeling kind of bad. But if you get that extra feeling earlier on and you start to consume these before the meal, they're going to kick in that message a little bit faster so that you don't consume or overconsume, I should say. And then obviously you feel satisfied, and in the long run, you're taking in less calories, and hopefully, therefore, you then burn some if that's your goal. So that is the Lean, okay? LiveGood's Lean. Pop that right there. The next one, to help sleep, the CBN gummies. I've gotten some nice sleep with this because I got so much stuff going on. my brain's constantly going, sometimes I just need to shut it off. These will help relax you, maybe get you into a deeper state of sleep, maybe help you dream a little bit more. And so each gummy per serving has 15 milligrams of CBN. Okay, so this is not THC, it's not CBD, it's CBN gummies. Okay, I apologize if I said CBD in the beginning. However, LiveGood does have a CBD pain relief cream. LiveGood also has CBD drops, again, without the THC. And the CBN gummies are really, really good. They have a fruity flavor to them. You take 2 a night. So again, there are 60 in here. So basically you got a month's worth of good sleep. Now, sometimes it's recommended maybe not to take them every night, so you're just not relying on them. And I don't do it every night. I might do it every few nights just to kind of, mix up the schedule. If I haven't been sleeping well, then I'll pop a couple. All right, next one, another thing for me. Again, I'm going to be 50 in the end of June. And so we have a men's health formula. There is a women's health formula as well that's out there. So this one is called Vitality. This is the men's hormone support. We got enhanced muscle mass, energy and stamina, support healthy testosterone levels, healthy libido, and mood and mental clarity. So I will be taking these. I believe, if I remember correctly, these may be recommended to take in the evening. So when you're going to sleep, give your body a lot of time to get that rest, recovery, regrowth, repair, and get those right and correct nutrients back into your body. One of the biggest sellers of LiveGood is the Factor 4. Now, I had taken fish oil pills for years for joint health, omega-3s, things like that. Well, the Factor 4 is like that on steroids. And so the major ingredients, again, I'm going to hold this away. I need probably some glasses here. But I believe some of the things that are on here and make this so special, calling it Factor 4, because it's got 4 different things that normally you wouldn't find together. So it's got the fish oil, it's got turmeric, it's got coenzyme 10 or coenzyme Q10, it's got garlic, and it's got black pepper. So all of these things are going to we got healthy heart support joint and organ health, promotes the immune health, and supports healthy circulation. So all of these here, and again, we got even smaller, gluten-free, we have soy-free, dairy-free, and GMO-free. So again, all the labels there at the bottom. Every single page, when you click, and again, when you go to certifiedhealthproducts.com, again, that is certifiedhealthproducts.com, at the bottom of every part that you're going to click on, either the shop or products, when you look at any individual item, if you scroll down, you will see, again, some testimonials, but you'll also see all the appropriate labels that fit each and every product. So you can actually go and look at any product, and you can be sure and safe that that product is going to be right for you, again, depending on the type of life you lead. If you are, going on the carnivore diet, if you're, diabetic, maybe if you are gluten-free, if you are vegan, if you're pescatarian, whatever your choice and your option, we have stuff pretty much for everybody. The last part is the one that, again, is the one that is probably most important from what was told to me in my blood work checkup. And this, again, comes as a complete pack. You can actually get all 3 for less than $30. So they're basically $10 each, $8.50, $9 each or whatever. So that first one, D3K2. So I'm going to get my vitamin D3. I'm going to get my vitamin K2. And this one, 60 capsules, really tiny to read. Take 1 capsule 1 to 2 times a day. So depending on if you want to spread it out or not, I will probably do a little higher dose just because my numbers were lower. So I might do the 2 a day. And then, I could always cut back, especially once I'm out in the summer and I'm a little more active. When it's school time in the winter and, I'm doing business, it's like I'm never seeing the light of day. So it's amazing I'm not super pasty white. I've been outside a little bit. So D3K2, perfect option from LiveGood. The next one I mentioned, magnesium. Magnesium is involved in, hundreds of different reactions inside the body. If you're having headaches or cramps or other things, it could be because you were maybe magnesium deficient. Maybe if you're having sleep issues. And so part of my problem was I was taking these in the morning when I probably should have been taking them in the night. So I'm going to, switch up. And again, a lot of that is based on the great videos and training that Ryan and Lisa have put out. Ryan Goodkin is basically has a pharmacist background, owns a pharmacy, I believe. He is the one that is creating and concocting all of these materials to have the right ingredients so that they are not only top quality, but also so that they can get them at great prices, because we have such a good member base of over 2 million members right now. Again, it is May 8th. Okay, if I didn't mention that in the beginning, it's only May 8th, 2025. And just a few years in, they already have 2 million members, and that's worldwide. We are going to continue to grow. One of the things that they are adding in, I think I might have started to mention this, and I think I went and sidetracked, is that they are adding in, again, I mentioned the pet materials, I mentioned the home healthy stuff, expanding the skincare line. Obviously, they're going to come out with more healthy supplements as well. But one of the biggest things they're coming out with is a fundraising feature. Again, they are going to come out with a fundraising feature. So instead of you buying candy and magazines and other stuff from your kids or to raise money for sports and clubs and band and for school teachers or for the church, you will be able to order any and all of these products, and the company or the school, the club will benefit. They'll get I believe what they said was a 20%, take of the total sale, which is really, really cool. What makes it even cooler is that instead of a normal fundraiser where someone usually stops and they only get a purchase once and they only earn, funds from that one time, let's say some of those members continue to buy product year after year after year, a portion and a percentage of that will still go back to the community or that club, that team. So it's a really, really cool feature. Depending on the time you are watching this, I will be setting up my link. You may not go to anything if you're seeing this right away, but if you go to Fundraising Cruise or fundraisingcrew.com, okay, again, that's fundraisingcrew.com. I think I also bought the domain fundraisingcruise.com. So CREWS, like I'm on this crew or that crew or the team. So fundraisingcrew.com, you can actually learn more about the actual program. So at this moment while you're watching it, the program is not live yet. So if you try that website, maybe it doesn't work. But as soon as we get it going and it's released, I will have the link, everything will be forwarded. So likely by the time you're seeing this, if you are with me 27 minutes into the video, I appreciate you. And that means you are probably really involved. Hopefully you've liked the channel already and you've subscribed. I like the video and subscribe, but make sure you check the details out below. Click those links, go to certifiedhealthproducts.com so you can find out about all these great products and the prices, but also click that other link below so you can learn about the business opportunity that's attached, because you can actually earn some really, really nice commissions, not only on, retail sales, but as teams come in and buy and have the fundraising, they may join your team and you will earn overrides. You will earn on team growth. Okay, there is a team system on the back end of things where you can actually earn for people that are in there, whether you put them in there or not. So there's a lot involved. I'm not going to go into a lot of the details of the compensation plan, but just by referring people, you can earn commission. So again, back to this, I'm on the last one. Again, we said the magnesium, a really good product to take. And then finally, the last part of that trifecta. And then again, my 13th item here, the multivitamin. So again, 60 capsules. This says suggested use, take 2 capsules daily. And so there is a vitamin for men. There's a vitamin for women. The big difference between the men and the women is going to be the women's has iron in it and the men's does not. Okay, women naturally and obviously through a majority of their life going through things like the menstrual cycle. So therefore, that loss of blood is going to need a replenishment of iron. So if you are anemic, even if you're a male, I would recommend that you possibly could even take the women's vitamin. That's because that's really the only difference. Otherwise, find yourself, get the male, multivitamin, and then find yourself an iron supplement somewhere else. So working our way backwards again, just to summarize again, I got 13 different things. I know they're off the screen here, but 13 different things for $220. Again, even if I go up with the shipping, let's call it $250. It was $242. Well, here's a cool thing. In theory, I didn't pay for it at all. So if you're really watching right now, you're like, okay, how did I do this and not pay for any of this? Well, As I mentioned, part of the business is earning commissions. When I refer people, if someone buys a product, if someone on my team sells something, I may earn matching bonuses on that. Well, I take part of my commission. Actually, I haven't even not part of it. I've taken all of my commissions lately and I put them in what's called the credit wallet. Well, inside the credit wallet, I can choose to do multiple things. I can buy products. I can pay for my membership. I can even gift someone or give someone a product or a membership. Okay, I can ship it to someone that's on my team if I want. I can send it to someone who's not even on my team if I want. I'm going to pay a little higher price because that person's not a member, but I have money that every single week, okay, I have been paid every single Thursday by LiveGood for basically 2 years straight. Okay, I joined in 2023, so for 2 years straight, I've gotten paid every single Thursday. The first year and a half of those were all coming to me. I was using those to pay bills, to do marketing, to do advertising, buy software, run my tools, so on and so forth. But then I started to think, okay, I want to be able to maximize this. I want to cut down on my bill. I want to be able to make the system feed and run on itself. So I probably should have set it up in the beginning. And a lot of people do that in the beginning. So I would recommend that you might do that in the beginning. Put some or a portion into your credit wallet, because now every month I can just click on my credit wallet. Nothing else additional comes out of my bank account. It was money, again, that I physically earned as commissions, but I'm saving it so that I can reinvest back into that. Not only am I getting the benefit of the materials, but I have now content that I can talk about. So for example, if you become a member, one of the best things that you can do in the beginning is buy a product. Okay, I'm not telling you to go out and buy 13. If you are on a limited budget, start with 1. Okay, they are all extremely well priced. Even the most expensive thing, I think, is $45, and that is a 6-pack of extremely high quality essential oils. Now, you can't get really good essential oils like that from any other company less than $100 or $200, sometimes $300. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we pretty much have something for everyone there, but I highly recommend you get in and you order something and then you try it. Experience the procedure of ordering, delivering, seeing the email that you ordered and say, hey, we got your order. Seeing the email that says, hey, we've shipped your order, and you can see the tracking. And then follow the tracking for the next couple of days. You can click on it 2 or 3 days later, see where it is. Is it still left the warehouse? Is it at the post office? Is it in another state? Okay, and you can see where there it is. If you are like me, I have an account with the United States Post Office where I can see what comes into my mail. Every day I get an email that shows me what packages are arriving, so on and so forth. So I also get a text message that says, oh, this has been shipped. It's expected to be arriving. And I got this. Like I said, I think I ordered it on Sunday. It was shipped out on Monday. I think my first message said it was expected to arrive on Friday. And then I got a really nice surprise this morning that said Friday, but then like 2 hours later, it was like, oh, expected to arrive today. I was like, super sweet. So now I'm able to do this video. I'm able to get this stuff out there. And this is a perfect way, if you're worried about how to share the product, okay, take it yourself, see your own results, but just tell people, okay, here I am. I've officially joined something. I'm actually using this. I'm showing actual proof that I have the products, and then, go from there. See what happens. Maybe it's a week or two and you see how you feel after using the products, how they taste, what they look like. You can talk about the costs, and then just keep repeating that process. But that first step of just ordering something and getting it through there, you know what to expect for someone that might be in your country. Now, obviously, I can't speak for someone that's in a different country, what they're going to experience, because obviously shipping is going to be a little bit different. We obviously have issues with customs. So those are all things that you have to be aware of. Now, there may be some products you saw here, and the one I'll pick out that I would assume the most that would happen to would be the CBN. Okay, the CBN and the CBD, some countries will not allow to be shipped into their country. So if you need to get it, maybe you have an alternative to use in your home country. Something like this, you won't even see on the website to order. When you enter your details of what country you live in to see what can be there, you can go through the process. You can do like a fake order. You can put them in your cart. Make sure you put what country you live in, and then it will calculate and will tell you what the shipping will be. You can decide whether to get that or not if you want to remove a couple items. So you can do all that and it will calculate it for you. If the country is recognized, again, if you put the proper country in, the system will recognize what is able to be shipped and not. You won't even see these on your list. Some countries won't allow the glass bottles for the essential oils to be shipped either, I believe, especially because the amount of fluid that's in there. So there's a lot of different issues with other countries that LiveGood is continuing to work on, and that by the time you watch this video, maybe those are able to be shipped to your country. So again, to go through and wrap this up, we're at 35 minutes. I appreciate your patience and I appreciate your investment in time here. I hope that you put the investment into yourself and you become a member. If not, at least order up some product. Test it out. They are super inexpensive, but super high quality. Again, certifiedhealthproducts.com, certifiedhealthproducts.com. That link will be below. So again, kind of working ourselves semi-backwards. CBN Sleep Gummies, Sleep Gummies, helping you get some good rest. The Lean Formula, helping you reduce your cravings, possibly reduce the caloric intake, and then eventually the goal is to lose some weight. Multivitamins, kind of makes sense. You're getting the essential things that you need that maybe you're not getting in the food because the quality of food is being reduced, or you're eating fast food, you're eating junk food. It's not the same as it used to be 50 or even 20, 30, 50 years ago with the quality of the nutrients, because soil has been depleted over and over and over again. D3K2, right from my doctor's orders. I'm going to take this starting tonight before I go to bed. We got the magnesium involved in hundreds and hundreds of different reactions. Vitality for men's health. There is a women's health alternative if you are female. We have the factor 4 for things like joint health, little brain function, so on and so forth. My good morning combo, super greens, super reds, for digestive health, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, for heart health, sexual health, libido, okay, energy. All of these are going to be perfect for you. Again, $99 somewhere else. They're 19 or less than, let's just say less than 20 at LiveGood. Okay, you cannot beat the price with LiveGood for these materials. The E3 for a nice boost in the afternoon. But like I said, it gives me a little tingle because of the beta-alanine. We got our essential aminos, because again, the body cannot create all of the amino acids it needs. There are 9 amino acids that the body cannot create. So you either need to eat a complete protein like eggs, or if you need a supplement, we got the amino acids. So lots of options, lots of alternatives for people to consume to become healthy at a very, very reasonable rate. Collagen, whether it's your hair, whether it's your nails, whether it's your skin, whether it's the stuff holding your muscles to the bones. Okay, collagen is going to be extremely important for helping to develop that connective tissue and for many other things in your body. Excuse me, as I lose my voice here talking almost 40 minutes. And that was after basically an hour and a half call with one of my guys over in the UK who's excited to get these products over there as well and build a massive team. So we're going to take this. If you want to be with us and rock this program with us, we are loving what we are doing. We are loving the prices. We are loving the materials. We feel that everyone should try them out. Again, just click that link below and you can find out how to work with us. And then the last one, hydration sticks for electrolytes. If you want your body to function correctly, and I am a huge testament to this, having had issues with the heart when I lived in the tropics and was sweating all the time, drinking too much water. The problem is people don't drink enough. And so having those electrolytes, it's going to give us that ability to drink a little bit more, maybe absorb and retain more instead of it just rushing through our body. But also the electrolytes, and I didn't mention this earlier, are essential for things to move in and out of the cells. And so as a biology teacher, when I taught biology, we used to talk and teach about the sodium potassium pump, okay, moving things in and out. And so not having the right electrolytes doesn't allow your body to work correctly. And what you have to remember, on your heart, you have these 2 basically buttons, and one gets squeezed and then, or gets pressed and causes the top to squeeze, which then causes the contraction for the other one to be pressed and squeezed. And so you get that rhythmic contraction, and that is because we are basically electrical chemical organisms. Your blood is full of electrolytes. Think about what your sweat tastes like. Think about what your tears taste like. If you've had a runny nose, think about how that tastes. It is salty. The fluids going through your body are salty. We need salts. If you sweat a lot and you hang your shirt up and you come back the next day and you see that white residue or white line along the bottom, that means you've lost a ton of salts that should be in your body. Well, guess what? Hydration sticks, super easy way to do that. Less than $1 each. Okay, I believe this bag, same thing. I think this is like 20 bucks for, or even less than 20 bucks. Maybe it was 15 for 30 sticks. Okay, for 30 sticks. Liquid IV, anywhere from $25 to $30, and it has, 10 to 15 grams of sugar inside it. This is no sugar at all. So this has been my lot. I hope you appreciate it. That is what $220 worth of material looks like from LiveGood. If you tried to do this anywhere else, maybe 4 items, okay, at 60 bucks each minimum. Most places are 60 bucks for any one of these. Ridiculous. So LiveGood is flipping the switch, flipping the mold, revolutionizing the industry. So again, this is the way. If you want to follow us, if you want to come with us, lock in, click the link below. You'll see the link to join us. You can also go again to certifiedhealthproducts.com if you're only interested in the diet and the supplementary materials, and eventually it'll be pet. We already have some pet stuff, but it'll be more pet supplies. It'll be more health, healthy cleaning supplies. So maybe you only want to come in and buy a product here and there. That's okay. If you are going to buy more than one thing a month, it does you justice to order and become a member. Okay. If you only buy one thing one time, it might not make sense to pay the $10 to become a member. Okay. But if you are ordering multiple things at a time, even if it's 1 month and then you quit, every product is about $5 less. And in some cases, when you talk about the bigger kits and, for example, the essential oils, they may be anywhere from $20 to $40 more at the wholesale and retail cost. So if you can spend $10, become a member, even if you're only a member for a day, and you put your order in and you get $40 off, you still have that membership for a whole month. You can decide later if you want to keep it or not, and then you get your products, okay? So you're going to save money by being a member, obviously. So if you're going to get a lot of stuff, I highly recommend the membership. If you just want to sample one item, then, just come in and sample one item. That's the beauty of LiveGood. They don't require any amount to buy. Even if you are a member, there's no requirement to buy. You buy when you want. The real product that we promote with LiveGood is the membership. Okay, the membership is what I earn commissions on. I do earn a small commission on the products, but the products are already so low priced that they are not able to give out a lot of commissions, which is why you pay $60 to $100 in those other companies, because it really costs the company $8 to $10 to make that bottle, but then they sell it for $100. So they got $90 to share with people. Maybe it's an upline that's getting commissions 3 or 4 levels up. Maybe they're paying for someone's fancy car. LiveGood doesn't do that, okay? They are putting everything back into the company so that you can get really, really low priced, but high quality products. And they're continuing to do research and sample and test to bring out new products. So check it out. Maybe there's not something here for you. If there isn't, I would be really, really surprised, because I opened and showed you 13 different things. Well, we have over 30. So come in right now. And again, it's only May 8th, 2025. So by the time you watch this, if you watch this a year from now, we may have 60 products. Okay, we're going to continue to release products. They don't make a big deal out of it. They just say, hey, this is what's coming. Fiber is coming. There's a different, I believe, digestive health coming. There's going to be, like I said, some other skincare products coming. There's an endless line that they are working on. If you have recommendations or suggestions, you can email support. They like ideas that they can then put into reality as far as a product. Because the more products they create, the more people they make happy, the bigger the company grows, the better deals they get on materials, and sometimes they even bring prices back down. So I hope you've enjoyed this in-depth unboxing and video. I would love to work with you. I have lots of other training and videos that I'm willing to share and help you get started with. So all you got to do, though, is take that action, take that first step, order some stuff, and let's talk. Again, this has been Dave Gardner. Look forward to seeing your success, hopefully on the business end, but definitely in getting healthy. Take care.